Atheists win the right to go forward with a court case to remove a statue of Jesus near a ski resort in Montana. The Wisconsin-based Freedom from Religion Foundation originally did not name anyone who could be harmed by the statue on federal land, so they were in danger of having their suit thrown out. So the foundation then proceeded with William Cox, who lives 15 miles from the resort, and that was good enough for the U.S. District Judge to deny a request by the Knights of Columbus to have the case dismissed. And so, what's the likelihood that atheists actually win this? It's on federal land. It's close to the ski resort. Does it have? Does the ski resort? There's the website, the store, Fox website that has the story. Does the ski resort make any difference here? Is it just because it's on federal land?
Yeah. See, the way you just explained it sets up my explanation, which is that the case. And I looked at just the 9-page opinion. This was what we lawyers call a standing issue. Mm-hmm. In other words, if a group turns around and says, we object to the statue, there are rules of standing. Under the Constitution, you need a real case or controversy, somebody who is specifically affected. So they stepped forward with this man, William Cox, and he said, I go skiing past this monument. It therefore bothers me. So the judge said, as you just explained perfectly, that's enough to get the case forward. But your second question is the better one. That doesn't necessarily equate to the fact that they're going to be successful on the merits of the case. Mm-hmm. So it's worth having lawyers, myself and Carrie, explain this was a procedural ruling saying somebody is potentially harmed, but we're not saying that he was. We're going to reach that now.
All right. And
that's
Carrie?
my point. Yeah.
Carrie?
I completely agree. This was a standing issue, and the judge found that there was standing there as long as some person, a particular person, had issue with this monument, this statue. In this particular case, I think that this is an interesting one because it is, in fact, a Jesus statue that is on federal land. And there is an establishment clause in the First Amendment that says that the government can't promote or endorse any one particular religion. I think in this case it's going to be interesting to see whether the Knights of Columbus can come up with other feasible reasons that this Jesus statue is on this mountain. I think that if they can show that there is some other historical significance here, or there's some other reason that this statue is on the mountain, there's a good shot that the statue will be able to continue to remain where it is. This
is very similar to the Mojave Desert Cross and a lot of other things like that. I mean, it's on federal land.
Exactly.
This was put up by World War II veterans.
Yes.
And it's a 57-year-old statue. It's maintained by the Knights of Columbus. It's on federal land.
Right. What Carrie was saying is, if you can show that there's a secular purpose, that's sort of the test under the law.
Exactly.
At the outset, when it was put there, was there a secular purpose? Then it will probably withstand a constitutional attack. The other formulation legally is, does it excessively entangle the government with religion? That's really a bit of a stretch on this fact pattern, particularly if it's been there, as she says, for a very long time.
But also, it's not as if they're saying no other religion can have a voice on this place. It's just that this is group of people that put this up. Somebody is offended. And are we getting to the point where now we're legislating about offense? I mean, if it offends me...
Yeah, your point's very good point. We're seeing a lot of cases about this now. And they're starting to really... And the other case you mentioned, I think, is the one we covered a while back, where it was actually, they made them cover it up in wood.
A box,
yeah. And the fact is, that thing had been there for something like 80 years. And it was actually interesting because there was an end run. They tried to have it bought privately. Remember that?
Yeah.
So it would be on private land.
Yes, and then there was an injunction.
Exactly, and there was an injunction. But again, your observation and your question is, are these cases maybe going a little too far as the society is more and more litigious? I think possibly.
Yeah. I can legalize your offense.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I want to thank you very much, Doug Burns and Carrie Hackett, for being here on the Legal Faith panel.
My pleasure.
Okay?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.